We got us a corpse and cartridge occasion.
Here in today's video, we're going to be dissecting a interview. You're going to hear Michael Murray's voice, but just know that he is translating for Harada. The reason why this is so important is because this is the first time ever Harada and Michael Murray both talk about Jun Kazama. They've been very hush about this character, but now they're talking. Let's jump into it. Out of all the things in the universe of Tekken, there is nothing that these two characters both love except for Jun Kazama. She is the one thing that both Jin and Kazuya both love. This part here is really fascinating. They specifically say that Jun Kazama is a guide to Jin. She's guiding him. And they also go into detail about her power to neutralize the devil gene. That's what it specifically says. Neutralize. I hope we really get an explanation as to how, as to why. It's very fascinating to me that you have the Hydro clan bloodline that has the devil gene, and then you have the Kazama bloodline that has the special ability to neutralize the other bloodline devil gene. There is a theory floating around that the devil gene is from the devil, and then the Kazama's energy or power comes from Angel, because those two things are rivals to one another. And that makes sense. We'll have to see in Tekken 8 if that theory actually holds up though. The next question they ask is, why is Kazuya attacking New York City?
And so you can see that Kazuya Mishima is in charge of the G Corporation. And so he's kind of used that as a vehicle to gain control, basically the whole globe, right?
Kazuya uses G Corporation to gain control over the whole entire globe. This is huge because we always wonder why they're never challenged and they're never stopped. It's because they won. They won the war against everyone, and they basically have control over the globe. And this makes me wonder, what will Lita's role be? Because Lita was challenging Heihachi. 7 months passed. You would have to imagine at some point in time Kazuya is also going to see her as a threat because of her attempt to stop Heihachi. They talk about how after defeating, which they specifically say defeating, they don't say killed, they say defeating Heihachi, Kazuya went on a rampage and he started attacking everyone. He started lashing out. And this is very strange, but also confusing, because on one hand they say he controls the world, and on another he's still going around attacking everyone. Maybe he's just that evil. Even when everyone's surrendering, he still is going around attacking. Maybe that's why Jin, it's necessary for him to show up.
We really wanted to give Tekken 8 the feeling of a brand new title and to provide the excitement for everyone, right? But we did have a lot of trouble in doing so. I mean, there's financial cost of remaking all the models for the whole game, right?
I really appreciate that they went up above and beyond with Tekken 8. They could have easily went the route of just reuse all the assets again like they've been doing since the beginning of Tekken. But they really are going above and beyond to make the game feel like something new, something different. I appreciate that. So this part was really cool. They explain why the hair is down for Paul Phoenix. They say in Tekken 4 the hair was down, so they kind of felt it would be right to make in Tekken 8 another 4 for his hair to be down again. I like that. Even though some people are split about, the look of it, I think it's cool. In the next segment, they talk about stage destruction. We saw there was a second in the trailer when King hit Jack against the wall, and there was a little bomb that blew up next to him and sent him up into the ceiling and broke the ceiling. They talk about how the walls and sometimes like things move. Like you do something, the wall will blow up or something will break or something will move, and then you can see more of the background. You can see more of the structure. I give you an example. In Tekken 7, we have the Mishima Dojo before the hole gets blown in the wall. It's orange, it's nicely lit, but then after the hole gets blown in the wall, all the candles is out and it looks a little bit more blue. Instead of having the stage, two different versions of the stage, you yourself will be able to see the shift. The stage will start off one way, and then after the fight will change it.
The camera can go in 3D, 360 degrees, right, at any time. depending on the player's inputs. You don't see that in any other games. And what this means is it's so much more intensive and even costly to make these kind of stages, because you have to pay attention to every detail on the stage, because you never know where the camera is going to be, right?
They talk about how it's really cool that Tekken is one of the only fighting games to have a 3D environment. The camera can move in every single direction. And it's weird that they're talking about this in an interview, but when it comes to trailers, they don't show it. They haven't shown a character sidestepping not once. They haven't shown the character, the camera rotating not once. They're talking about the importance of it here and why Tekken is special because of it. But when it comes to trailers, they're not showing it. So that's kind of something that I'm noticing, and a lot of people are noticing. Show us the 3D environment more than telling us. So in the next segment, they talk about what's different between Heihachi versus Kazuya than Jin versus Kazuya. And Harada kind of talks about how Heihachi didn't possess the devil gene. And the way that he talks about it is almost as if the fight isn't fair. You have Kazuya being pretty much a devil is what they call him, as in Heihachi being a human. But Jin is also a devil. So the fight is a little bit more even. They do confirm here Kazuya mastered transforming in and out of the devil form at will. They say that Jin has not mastered that. And the reason why that is important, because if he does master it, then Devil Jin now becomes merged with him. They become one character. So the fact that he hasn't mastered it leaves a little bit of room for the Devil Jin memes. Maybe your character will be there. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. They briefly say
Jin's mother, Jun Kazama, Kazuya's wife.
I guess this confirms that Kazuya and Jun Kazama was married. And this kind of go back to the idea of the one thing that both of them loved, that's Jin and Kazuya, is Jun. So they talk briefly about how Jun Kazama works with animals and she loves animals and stuff like that. But then they talk about how it's portrayed like in movies and media and stuff. When a fighter becomes so powerful, they kind of emanate this energy.
Gone even further to the next level, are able to kind of get rid of that fighting spirit or not emanate it, so that their opponent can't feel it, right? So that is said that with a very skilled martial artist in the past, that animals would fly to them because they don't feel that fighting spirit or that danger, I guess you could say, right?
This reminds me so much of Reincarnated as a Slime.
言ったか。
どうしました？
なんか魔物の気配を感じたんだけど、気のせいかな。
For those of you who've seen that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The guy is a slime and it's emanating this huge aura and everyone can feel it until they tuck it in. I'll try to find a clip and put it in there so you guys can see exactly what they're talking about.
うわ、オーラを出したままだったのか。大通りを社会の窓全開で歩いていたみたいだ。これはあかん。だからゴブリンたちは怯えていたのか。ふう。あ、引っ込められた。
We know that's how Ogre was tracking people down. He felt the devil gene. He felt Baekdusan. He felt all of these warriors and went out to haunt them. Maybe he didn't sense Jun Kazama because she was hiding her energy, right? That's a very interesting concept. So at this point in the video, they're asking about Lars. What is this character's role going to be? And also they're asking about the heat system, which is very controversial. I'm a fan of the heat system until I given a reason not to be. A lot of people are jumping the gun and they're riding it out right away. But I think we should wait until we actually get to see more of it. They said when two people are equal skill, no one can open each other up. And what the heat system allows you to do is find a opening. And a lot of people don't like that. It's forcing a mix-up. Well, really, we can't even tell if it's forcing a mix-up. We know it's forcing something. When you have two players like Nee and Arslan, they're staring each other down. The match is just footsie spacing. They want one of the players to be able to take advantage, to be able to make a decision, do something. And I see a lot of people not like it. And a lot of people just want the footsies to continue. Spacing, timing, with punishing. A lot of people say that that is the core element of Tekken, and they're kind of against the change. And like I said, I am holding judgment because we don't know how often this mechanic can be used, and we don't know if it's replacing rage. We don't know a lot of things, so I'm holding judgment. So at the very end, they ask about the chains and their importance to Tekken. Let's hear what they say. Okay, pause. I want to add a spoiler warning for anyone who's playing God of War and haven't yet beat that game. Click off the video right now. This is crazy right here. So the tagline "Fists Meet Fate" is basically saying Jin and Kazuya are destined to fight each other. And this destiny, this prophecy, it goes all the way back to what Zafina saw. Zafina saw these two colliding and the world ending. I'll do another video about that. Stay tuned for that. Michael Murray is saying that they are trying to avoid that. And it kind of makes me think back to God of War Ragnarok, how God of War Ragnarok was destined to this and Kratos was destined to die, and spoilers, but things didn't go that way. Things went a different route. And it's kind of seeming like we're going to get the same thing here, where these two are destined to fight, destined to collide, but something else is going to happen because of Jun Kazama's introduction. This is very fascinating, and I am very excited. So that's it for this news article breakdown. At the time this video goes up, Harada and Michael Murray will be doing another sort of brief recap of the Tekken 8 trailer in NorCal at a regional finals. I will also do a video about that, not only talking about what they're talking about, but also talking about the tournament. Maybe someone gets salty on Twitter. Anything can happen. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Come back to the channel later for those videos. Like I said, Zafina, Claudio, the regional finals. There's a lot of things that I want to discuss in this video, so make sure you leave a like and subscribe. But that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.